Hello guys, today I decided compare South Korean Samsung phone Galaxy A24 with Chinese Redmi phone Note 12. Which one can you buy now? Which one is better is the new phones, new models that came out in 23rd year. Let's talk about prices. So Galaxy A24 is selling for about at $275. The price bites early for that kind of money you could buy. I remember 51 Samsung cost $230. And now we have 20 already $275 for that kind of money. They sell version 6, 128 6 gigs, operatives 128 construction site, and sell it in 3 colors against his background. Redmi, of course, just very profitable. Now, if take this version, let's say 6 128, as Samsung is selling it for $200. Redmi remains top for their money at the same time. I want to tell you that. Look at this, is the package Xiaomi. So far, no. So much not saves like Samsung box 3 times less. And accordingly, there isn't much in there at all, phone and cable. But Redmi is normal, good equipment, look at Samsung. So inside comes the Galaxy phone itself, a 24. Yes, he has a cool look. Love this minimalist style. Samsung now use all of them phones best on each other. Even some S-23 expensive will look like on a budget. Galaxy a 24 here, he has 3 cameras and flash, everything is nothing more. And Samsung logo, cool cover. Glossy is plastic a little, so everything glitters, sparkles, and the frame is made of matte plastic, also painted in back cover color in green on the right power button and scanner volume rocker at the bottom. Has a headphone jack for charging speaker microphone on the left. SIM tray on top, microphone here and in the kit. We have paperclip to open SIM tray symbol, then in here USB cable type. See more and more nothing. No power supply, no cover, no protective films on the screen. Samsung you won't find you'll have yet. Buy everything separately or use phone like this. Naked like this. Say without any accessories. Let's see what SIM tray is here. The SIM tray here is not bad. Combined character current, no. Not even combined is a triple silo talk. Then there are 2 SIM cards plus a flash drive insert. This is the best tray that now you can only think of more now. Let's see what they offer us, Chinese for less money. Chinese are here. Certainly not stingy on the block power, fast charging on the phone itself. Pasted the factory protective film, perfectly pasted it without bubbles. Without whole block power supply, 33-watt USB cable type. See, and more envelope we can find besides documents. Transparent silicone case also needed for the first time. Why would not have scratch protection for this phone design? Slightly smarter. So let's say here already minimalism, there is already some kind of block of cameras though, also matte such a coating. As it were homogeneous here, glossy here, matte, but also this is the style of an adult phone, looks good too. I like it, by the way, by design 12 guys, like it looks good and pretty solid. So Redmi to the Redmi is also on the right power button in below scanner rocker volume at the top. Unlike Samsung, there is an infrared port Xiaomi phone feature, and while connector for headphones here is at the top, and at Samsung at the bottom near the charging connector. That is, Samsung is too overloaded. The bottom end of Xiaomi is at the bottom microphone speaker and charging port and left just like Samsung. And here it is the same triple as that of Samsung. But Xiaomi has a sealing rubber at Samsung. I did not notice it in short. Xiaomi package wins Samsung and even more expensive Samsung. Here. But Samsung probably earn more from their phones than Xiaomi. They probably have more profit with every phone sale. Let's all now, we will launch them. I launch the phone, press the power buttons at the same time. 2, 3 on the count of 3. They started clamped. I keep it as much as possible. I keep it like this at Samsung. Xiaomi logo appeared. Proi vibrated. But the logo appeared a little belated logo. My look, who run faster, they run on different processors. And here I can say that Samsung should be more interesting because it has a processor more modern and helpful. Waiting. Maybe waiting Xiaomi will surprise me and run first. Now the time is coming. By the way, yes, Samsung 1. Xiaomi the second is already without options. But the question how far he will lag behind, that's all started also. Oh, but Samsung has a long launch, just the desktop. And Samsung has more PWM noticeable on the screen is clearly visible here. He swims like a screen. Yes, if you look closely here, so it's like something is floating like this. The screen is kind of unstable, that's how they are. Look, front guys. You know, in front, I like Xiaomi more. It feels like different prices category. Xiaomi, for some reason, looks it's richer than Samsung. And it's like the frame, less side ones. And he has a hole already in screen. Neat little ear drops. Still, chin is about the same, but Xiaomi has a screen of just 2.5 des rounding has this effect. A cool one is created. And here is the screen. Samsung is completely flat because of this. His frames seem to be thicker than have by design in front of me, like it more Xiaomi. He really somehow, well, it even looks richer and more modern than Samsung, some kind of simple one. Too simple, too primitive. It seems that this is a state employee for $120 in general. So we have in size. Let's understand Samsung more compactly than Xiaomi. It has a length of 162.1 from Xiaomi 165 and 7 by 3 millimeters by 4. Even about more width, 77.676. Exactly there is this. Xiaomi a little narrower for 1 mm thickness 8 and 3 for Samsung 7 and 9. Xiaomi does not have a big difference in weight. Samsung weighs 195 grams and 183.5 weighs. Xiaomi is slightly lighter though by itself. It is longer. That is, it is possible say that he is a lighter phone. Yes, more so narrow but longer. AMOLED screens here too. AMOLED 90 Hz. Here already 120 attention, 120 peak brightness. Samsung 1000 no, a Xiaomi 1200 by Xiaomi's screen technologies by characteristics a brighter screen wins higher hertz. And the diagonal itself, it has a larger diagonal for Xiaomi 6.67 here, exactly 6.5. That is on 1700th Daeshi is better with Xiaomi and no such a Shima. I really see that Xiaomi, like why Samsung is famous for its Samsung makes cool screens, AMOLED screens, even for some others companies. But why do they have such a ripple, such a PWM, some kind of floating screen is directly noticeable, and from such a screen will be more tired eyes. And Xiaomi screen looks much better. That is it, it's just a Chinese manufacturer. I don't know who makes screens for them. Well, probably some Tina, maybe Chinese before the battle. The Chinese have a better AMOLED screen than those guys who are considered, by the masters of the screens. I'm surprised me real screen on Xiaomi more, I like it, and it's generally somehow, well, as if the next generation, even in the corners overview, see how gray the screen is becomes Galaxy A24 maybe saved so much at 24 put such a screen because in 5434 I did not notice this at 24th. Yes, the screen is not the highest quality against the background of this Galaxy in general. Here Redmi generally stands out as excellent screen with good angles. No Shima, there is no such ripple. You are also smoother 120 Hz is already flagship guys already for an adult. And here is something like that. An intermediate solution was made up to 90 Hz. Well, 90 is already like that. Neither fish nor meat. Yes, and 120 is already a full-fledged smooth. The screen is good. You see 120 here we have, so where is the smoothness here only 90? Well, that is, as if on the screen a definite plus, I will give Redmi QMe. I like it more, but in a different way. This is the performance I'll probably give Samsung score. And for optimization shells, as it were, in general, for updates by Shell in England. I like it now more than MIUI because it happens there are some minor glitches, bugs, no improvements and frequency of updates. Samsung has higher, I think it will be supported. This Samsung will be longer than Redmi Note 12. So look what we have here happen. Samsung borrowed the processor at the media library, was installed by Helio G99. Well done. They chose a good decision, the right processor in such an average segment. I think it's normal best option for the money. Could of course maybe another 695 snap put, but then Samsung would have been pulled up as even higher Snapdragon. 685 is shown here as 680 is actually 685, but not by much. It differs from 680, a little more overclocked. So that's what the processor has. Samsung Media Library better than CPU Redmi to Qualcomm so that he has more modern nuclei are narrower than the Cortex. 7655A here older, A73 and a 53. Consequently, they consume more energy and less power have, but process technology is equally 6 nanometers and there, and the frequency is higher here 2800 here 2200. But increased frequency does not give so say advantage over more modern. You can even up to 3000 lift up. But let me have more larger nuclei or more modern cores are energy efficient than just increased frequency on old cores the same. Just like some Pentium 4 CPU now Raskochegarit there under. Nitrogen under liquid to insane purity. Well, what he will compete on equal terms. What whether modern processors their neighbors yes, no, of course. So not in purity of happiness. As they say yes. And so I would choose Iron Helu better Galaxy A24. Helio G99 by Video Nuclei Mali G57 here. Adreno 610 modifications I have Samsung version 6128. And Xiaomi I have version 428 here. Benchmark Antutu let's show now. So here Samsung is gaining more in Antutu gaining more decently by about 70,000 points. Agree this is not bad. Such an increase in the budget segment 70,000. While even less heats up to 32% degrees more precisely here up to 35. And both phones lose 2%, the battery is right here. Happened. An interesting situation on the screen was better than Xiaomi. So far I have more, I like it. But for Samsung hardware. But with this, Samsung is not worth more, forget that it still costs more if the price were the same. I'm sure Xiaomi would also put some. The processor is more powerful. The same Helio G99 from Calmly could put. But since Xiaomi is cheaper and cheaper more significant, therefore here is the processor still a little weaker. But as a little average, so weaker, but for people who don't play games for them, it's huge, there will be no roll. They are unlikely to feel any difference between Heli G99_Snapdragon 685 because these are processors approximately the same level. Middle segment, middle level. Such a phone is a workhorse. Both, by the way, do not support 5G, only 4G, 3G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all works great, but modern 5G networks here next. Next moment, it's the rest benchmarks multi-touch in both phones on 10 touches. NFC modules have speed. Samsung has 497 megabytes of memory per second for reading. Xiaomi has a higher memory, 657 write speed for Samsung, 130. Xiaomi 315. Seems to be the same type. Memory UFS 2.2 seems to be the same volume, 128 gigs. But Xiaomi is serious. Memory speed advantage is amazingly so. And according to the throttling test, we see that the graphs are also green here. But after all, Samsung had a little. The peak drop is slightly higher than that of Xiaomi. And it lasted longer here too. The graph started to turn yellow, a little 20% here to 20% practically did not fall, fell somewhere before 90%, but up to 20 like this, no longer entered the yellow zone. Now, the next item is cameras. Of course, everything want cool cameras in their phones, but here again, Samsung has to stand out more cool camera, because here the camera is first with optical stabilization, 50 megapixels. Here it is without optical stabilization, width 5 megapixels for Samsung and 8 for Xiaomi. Samsung put a bad width like this. 5 megapixel is the easiest solution that they have, these 5 megapixel. I already know the widths for a long time. They were set cheapest phones and 2 megapixels macro. Here is the same 2 megapixels macro on front cameras in both cases. Us 13 megapixels front camera. Let's all take some test photos and see how it goes. They take pictures on the back camera. Let's go now. Activate 50 megapixel mode is the highest clarity on both smartphones. I hope that the Samsung rear camera so much not will lose, because for him in general then, it will be a shame. Then it will disappear altogether. The point of buying it is to overpay only due to more powerful processor at 70,000 Antutu. And in general, it will be a shame if he is still the back will merge. So let's watch here. These are the photos in principle. So far the difference, no, but starting to consider more thoroughly here already. Yes, on the back cameras don't make that much of a difference. Color reproduction. And perhaps in detailed considering Samsung first gives zoom in from the standard gallery. Xiaomi already doesn't give much closer. But here I see that it is already approximately equal. Although Samsung by colors is here to me already, like more on rear camera here already, it gives a lighter correct a photo now street, for example. So well, here I have done 2 photos, means a photo of the street from Samsung. The color of the brick turned out to be more pleasant at home, more such something yellowish, how warm, nice to look at. Just nice warm photos, such here is the best house turned out Samsung at Xiaomi. It is too dark. Yes, grass, look at Xiaomi. Look what color is the black grass here. Black is really like. Earthlings are here. Grass while Samsung transfers the rights. This is green grass is not black over here. Here green too green, that's how it is. In the summer, yes. At Xiaomi, that's what it is. On the back in the background, is it green or can it be some kind of withered autumn greenery so yellowed that is Xiaomi is already in colors. Cannot on the back camera here the tree is also visible, that Samsung foliage green. Xiaomi, she's just some black. I don't understand what is it, why so different color rendition is here at Xiaomi on background at all, if so close as if the photograph is in black and white, some 20s of the 20th century, 1920 year. Here is some historical photo. Well, look, everything is real black and white. What is Xiaomi? As if a piece in Photoshop was inserted at Samsung has no such thing. The whole frame has normal colors here. You can see what it is. Brick houses, green roofs, there are gray before near houses. That is, Samsung takes better photos on rear camera definitely, but on the front camera better photo. And for some reason Xiaomi like this here, the algorithms here are strange. In general, here is a photo on Samsung, looks a little more lively or something's too depressing somehow. Samsung is much nicer, more optimistic or something at all. Well, I don't know how can you explain it like this. Well, that's all. Yes, well, somehow I don't know. Well, Samsung by rear camera wins in my opinion. So on the rear camera on video, the same full HD 30 frames would be filmed. So well, the width should be checked out, width 5 megapixels versus 8 for Xiaomi wide, so the same angle. So the next point of comparison is speaker volume here. Sorry, no stereo sound, not in Samsung, not in Redmi KE. Although in the past generation of Redmi stereo sound was in Redmi Note 11. And here Redmi Note 12 for some reason removed the stereo. Let's turn up the volume. Check out the standard ringtones first. Let's start with Galaxy. It has a standard, the ringtone is called Galaxy Bells. Let's listen. The speaker is at the bottom here. Multiple cutouts for speakers, highest volume. Well, I can't have such a standard sound admire him because the usual call. Well, it sounds like it sounds normal. So now Xiaomi has branded ringtone. It's a world mix. 19 seconds, 2 maximum volume. Let's go. Hey, yo my. That's what I don't like about Xiaomi MIUI ads can pop up at any moment. Hey, I want to listen, and yes, my Xiaomi. Come on, that's why it's worth it cheaper, because probably they are here. They cram advertising trying to make money on this, and the prices initially give less than UI Samsung for this did not meet with Xiaomi. Just when you buy it, put your hands to set up all this shell. MIUI see a lot of Vito's guides on how to connect all this superfluous. Otherwise, this is annoying. Advertising just shake you up, feels like a Samsung. The sound is a little quieter than Xiaomi by volume. Although I may be wrong, but there is a small feeling the sound is a little quieter, 20%. So how do they work on what do they work now? They work on such. Here is firmware means Xiaomi works on Xiaomi version works on MIUI 14. A Samsung Novan UI 5.1 Android version 13. Samsung and Xiaomi also have an Android version. 13 Samsung has a more modern version, Bluetooth 5.3, while Xiaomi 5.0 here is also a small difference. Let's side fingerprint scanner. Let's check with Samsung how it works. Scanner and it is unlocked by Xiaomi Ta, the same scheme. I take the phone, hands touch the scanner, the phone is unlocked and both have face unlock beyond 5,000 battery non-removable. Samsung also supports fast charging, but it's just not in complete but maximum power, which it supports 25 watts it needs. It costs about $20-$30 to buy such charging. Branded original can be buy a Chinese equivalent for about $15. Xiaomi 33 watt I supported charging and she already comes in the kit to buy more. It is necessary respectively, you save the same, the most $20-$30 you already have it put in the Samsung kit thanks to its optimized shell, thanks to a slightly smaller screen. Diagonal works longer from Xiaomi battery runs out faster, but on average, Samsung keeps about 2 days. This one is about a day and a half. Xiaomi withstands such a comparison. It turned out Samsung Galaxy A24 against Xiaomi Redmi Note 12 Chinese are better than their own. The price is better than its complete set phone more. He has better screen, he has higher refresh rate, but at the same time why its rear camera is worse but better frontalka, I liked it more. Here at Samsung it means what are there more benefits design can someone like more? He has smaller housing dimensions. Possible if you want a shovel, Samsung will suit you. More because it's just shorter. Well, for example, in some pocket it will probably be more comfortable to wear. Although he a little thicker and a little even heavier than Redmi will have to buy additional charging film cover all when buying to Samsung. Xiaomi has everything in the kit. Samsung better processor. More modern on modern kernels are faster. But at the same time memory speed. For some reason Xiaomi batteries turned out to be faster identical for 5,000 sounding mono. Not there. There is no stereo NFC. The boxes in both cases of multi-touch for 10 touches and moreover very similar phones. But still, for it is more profitable to take your money exactly Redmi, because you just get more for these. There are $180 than Samsung. Samsung you won't get anything at all for $180 because it costs at least $270. That's what difference, yes. Well, if you find somewhere in online stores, it may be somewhere. It will be cheaper, but I don't think it will be cheaper. $200 you can find him though, maybe, but at the same time Redmi you can then even cheaper to find than in official retail. Redmi still comes out cheaper by about $80. Well, somewhere around $60-$80, and at the same time better completed. But if you buy everything in Samsung what is already in Redmi, then in general, the difference will be between these phones at about $120. So buying Redmi you are robust. So save when you will get almost the same, the most that in Samsung is like this. Write an opinion about these phones. What would you take if they were worth equally? Here's to you. Take Samsung, everyone. Good luck, everyone. Bye.